Top of the morning, top of the morning. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. I know I am. It's a beautiful day here in Palm Springs, about 100 degrees and sunny. Can't complain about that at all. It's my kind of weather. So for today, super short video, right? Not gonna have too much going on. Kind of just want to show you a little bit of like a before and after. So this will be the before. We are getting rid of these tables. I'm working on the aisles right now, and then almost done with the back wall. So that's cool. It's all like being one piece, so I'll just kind of slap it up here and bolt it on whenever I'm finished. I'm hoping I can show you the finished product in like a week. Because as you know, this is something that I've just really not been proud of how this looks. I think you would agree with me on that. And I'm looking forward to just shelving all of this. No one's really gonna see the window anymore. I don't think that's that big of a deal. I'd rather have the space, to be quite honest with you, and just blow it out with bundles, like a bundle wall, right? And then doing the aisles here, so I can of course put all this great product on those aisle, I should say, not aisles. It's like two pieces. I'm like smashing them together, right? Two 5-foot sections. So, but I'll free up space to where hopefully 4 new brands we can bring on. I want to try to push for 5, but again, definitely need to make sure I have the space first. Yeah, let's see what else was there. Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna go over some smokes. Since it's 2025, if you haven't tried some of these, you should definitely give them a go. And then briefly talk about the tariff situation and what you can expect, and then like what changes I've made, you know, since we've kind of been seeing the tariffs hit our invoices. And it's not really itemized, which is super annoying. It's just, you know, some products are randomly more expensive than they used to, and then others didn't change at all in price. It's all very confusing, very irritating. But we'll go ahead and start off with some smokes that I think you should smoke if you haven't already. And again, these are just going to be suggestions overall, right? If you like mild cigars, that's great. If you only smoke really heavy cigars, that's great. Don't care. This is just going to be a few really good cigars that I think you should try. We'll kind of start off with like the Tatuaje stuff, because I am a huge fan of Tatuaje still. Even though I gotta say the last few months I've noticed some inconsistencies, overall they still are up to par. I think the brown labels are a must try. If not your cup of tea, definitely go for the Cajonus. I like the Sumatras and the broadleafs the most. The Habanos are okay, but I really do like just something with a little bit more spice and pepper to it. So yeah, the brown label's all good. They at least have a size for literally everyone. So rather you're going for like a Lancero, you're right, they've got you covered there. They've got you on like just very interesting odd sizes too. Right, it's like a kind of like a double Corona. But very basic run-of-the-mill smoke. You can make these dailies, right? They're not too expensive. They're pretty reasonable. Usually the flavor's on point. Usually construction's fine. But like I said, the last few months I kind of noticed a few inconsistencies. Not the end of the world. Definitely Liga Privada. If you've never smoked any of the Liga products, gotta smoke a Liga. I think most people by now have tried these. They are definitely heavier. But, I mean, my God. That's a great looking smoke. It smokes just as good as it looks. I would say try definitely the Liga Privada. Try some of the Tatuaje. At least the Cajonus for sure. Maybe even the red labels. Something like that. Padrones. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably get sick of how many Padrones I post, because that's just the cigar that I smoke all the time. I do enjoy these number 6s quite a bit. I think this would definitely be one if you've not smoked. Give it a go. Of course, you know, I would try to push you on like the family reserves, because that's where you're going to get a lot more of the wow factor. But these do just fine. It's a good size too, I'm not going to lie. I like smaller smokes. At least that's what I'm on right now. Smoke a lot of smaller smokes right now. Kind of done with my 660 phase. But yeah, I think any Padron, you could probably smoke. If you've not smoked Padron at all, definitely got to smoke a Padron. It's not like you're going to pick up a bad one. I would say maybe don't start with like the originals, because I'm not going to lie, this is a little subpar. At least for me. Like, you know, the quality's fine, right? And it's a decent cigar overall, but if you want to get like the right idea of the kind of quality Padron brings to the table, I probably wouldn't go with the originals. I'd try like the 26s, the 64s, definitely the family reserves if I could convince you that that's the way to go. But Yes, we got Tatuaje, we got Liga, got good Padrones. Definitely all stuff where if you haven't tried it, you're gonna have to do that. I think Olivas, everyone's a little bit burnt out on the Olivas and like the My Fathers, which again, these make fantastic daily smokes. They're a little bit more budget friendly, but you still get great quality, great ways to go. They're extremely popular still, have a lot of different options, never disappoint. I would say though, this is a good time for me to bring back up the Julius Caesar. It's still an underrated smoke in my opinion. I dailied that for a long time. I really do like the Caesars. I like Diamond Crown products in general. Like, you're never going to go wrong with the Diamond Crown products. But that Caesar, man, just like that dark chocolate and espresso, especially from just like, you know, the blend when you look at it, it's like, man, am I really getting those notes from this? And you are. So really impressive smoke. I do need to raise the price on these a little bit actually, but I've been trying to hold off on that. That again, kind of rolling back into the tariffs. Yeah, I don't think any of the Brickhouse or Charter Oaks are necessarily a must try. But I would say Olmecs are a must try, especially the Maduros. Claros are still good, but these Maduros are absolutely delicious. Absolutely phenomenal. I don't ever have any of them with construction issues. They're all completely flawless. And I mean, the notes, that was a very distinct dark chocolate note on a lot of those. They're great. Wise Man's fine. Tabernacles are probably one to mention as well. If you've never tried a Tabernacle, should definitely try some of those. A lot of different sizes. I think they might be getting back on track. They've had a little bit of a shortage going on, and rightfully so, right? That whole fire a couple months ago and just a bunch of other, you know, inconveniences. Naturally so. You know, they're going to run into a little bit of a hiccup, but it's okay. We still like those guys. We still support them, and honestly, like, we're still plenty stocked up, so I'm not too worried about it right now. Probably no EP Carrillo. They did change to Casa Carrillo, and they do have some new lines coming out, so I think that'll be cool to try, but I think everyone's pretty played out on the EP Carrillo. Dunbarton, definitely good stuff in here too. Definitely you need to try some of the pipe tobacco cigars if you haven't, just because they're so different. And I think most people just haven't smoked a pipe tobacco cigar before, so that's a great way to go. And I mean, really, like, if you're smoking more mild cigars, definitely go with like the aromatic ones. But if you're used to smoking something heavier, right, go with like the traditionals. That's just a better way to go, I think. I don't really see any must tries here. The San Cristobal's are great. Anything from Ashton is great. Roma de Cuba, all great stuff. The Fuentes, all good options there as well. But I think we're all pretty familiar, right? I've mentioned like 100 times that like Casa Cuba, great cigar, very underrated. Love those. Magnum Rosados, super underrated, even still. Very delicious, great notes. Has a bit of a kick to it too for strength, which is something you just don't really get from like a lot of Dominican products, I feel like. But that guy does not disappoint. Don Carlos are fine, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily a must try. You should definitely try some stuff that's a little bit more rare or hard to find. I will tell you, Mirafel, if you're, especially for those that like the very mild smokes, these guys are incredible. We still, every now and then I kind of crack the boxes up, crack them out, not up. Just because, you know, I like these guys to hang around as long as they can. I want people to try them. They're fantastic. One of the best drawing cigars that I've had. Certainly draws better than a lot of the Padrones, which is really saying something. This is like, you would almost think you're actually just, you know, breathing through a straw. It's incredible. So a lot of age, you know, you're over 20 years on those wrappers. So I mean, these things are ready to smoke. There's no sitting on them for any longer, you know. Are a little bit more pricey, but, you know, hey, if you're one of those guys that comes in, you're like, man, I've smoked everything, you know, I just don't even know what to go to anymore. It's like, this is a great way to go. Great company, best customer service, hands down, great products. It's just all around, like, you really can't go wrong with these guys. A couple different sizes. But yeah, I would definitely try Mirafel. That should be a must. Anything rare, right? La Union, if you didn't try any of those, try those. Opus, right? You should always try something that, you know, feels special. Running low on these guys, but I got a lot more. I'm just kind of waiting to go through them before I crack open new boxes. So yeah, I think those are some good must tries, right? Liga Privada, some Tatuaje, some like Family Reserve Padrones, right? I don't think any of these are necessarily going to be must tries, right? Any LFD or Asylum or Gran Habano stuff. I just, again, just my opinion, I wouldn't call that a must try. But, some industry standards that are phenomenal and something I can vouch for, the Cajonus, some Liga, the 9s, even the T52s aren't bad. I do like the H99 more. That stock cut H99 is fantastic. But yeah, I would say those are all pretty good, right? It's not like you're going to go wrong with the My Father's or the Olivas, but you've just probably had those a lot by now. So yeah, stick with the Olmecs. Those are fun. Even the Wise Man's fun. Tabernacles, Julius Caesar. Great smokes. Great smokes. Now, tariffs. Not gonna lie. Extremely confusing. The fact that no one really has any idea what's going on makes it pretty irritating. I've had every company I've talked to has said that they are paying tariffs, but how much they're paying percentage-wise has somehow varied between every single company we deal with. And it's interesting because all of our stuff is coming from like the same few countries, right? So you've got the DR right now, Dominican Republic. It's about 10% for our premium cigars. Same thing with Honduras. It's about 10%. Costa Rica, about 10%. And then you randomly have Nicaragua out there at 18%. The weird thing though is I will get an invoice and every single thing on that invoice changed differently in price, like percentage-wise. Some things stayed the same. Some things went up 40%. This right here is a great example. So you'll see these are $6.90 now, right? So these little tiny guys, like a cigarillo, right? Super small. You used to sell these for $3.90. $3.90. Now they're $6.90. Now I'm not good at math, but do you want to try to tell me how that is 18% increase? Because I just don't know how that works like that. A lot of these went up at least like $1 from Tot, right? They're still feasible. They're still, fairly priced. For where we are in California, it's fair. But it's just so confusing because on the invoice, nothing is itemized, right? It's just some stuff didn't change at all in price. A lot of these did not change at all in price, but other products we had to like double up on. Super weird, super confusing, really irritating because here's the part that's concerning for me, just to be honest with you. It's not what we've seen so far. It's the fact that all these percentages, right? Like the 10% for the DR, the 10% for Honduras, 18 for Nicaragua, right? That was for 60 days. And then those are subject to change again. So we have like a month left, and I don't know if all the prices are going to change again. So that's super weird. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know if stuff's going to get more expensive or cheaper, or if there's any talks whatsoever going on, because like I follow anyone I can, like just in the industry, and no one has any idea what to expect or what's going on. So what I do know is, for the most part, nothing in this room has changed substantially in price. There are a couple things that will go up like $1, but then there's random products. Luckily, a couple of them we actually ended up discontinuing, so it didn't really matter. But they literally almost doubled in price. So super weird. Not really sure what that's about. And I'm also not sure why no company can itemize that on the invoice for me. It's like, okay, well, actually, here's where it gets even weirder. Some companies do a flat import fee, right? And it doesn't matter where those products come from. It's just an import fee. So it doesn't matter the country, didn't matter anything, right? It's a flat fee. And it's just like, okay, like, it's super weird, man. I don't know. But it's really irritating, and I don't like when you tell me something, but you can't tell me why something is the way it is, if that makes any sense. Because I try to be like as good as I can with making prices as fair as I can, right? Being in California, I'm at a massive disadvantage as it is already. So if you're telling me, hey, stuff's gonna like go up like 30% in price, well, dude, I need to figure something out, because I can't sit here, right, like sell some of these $20 padrones for 30, 40 bucks. You know what I mean? Like that is not that's not a good business model. You know what I mean? So it's just something I've had in the back of my mind. People have had a lot of questions about it, and I've held off because I don't have any answers. I do not know what to do about it other than just check everything thoroughly when it comes in and make sure that if I need to adjust a price, I do so. So far, I've not had like any heart attack moments, right? But I just feel like that's coming. So yeah, not to freak anyone out, but that's just kind of where I'm at on the tariff thing, right? It's very like a huge gray area. No one knows anything. And I mean, talk to anyone. No one knows anything. It's super frustrating and super weird. So yeah, that's that. So guess what? You guys got the one last good look of this humidor for today, right? Absolute disgust. Absolute disgust. I am so happy to throw that wall up in there. This is going to like a whole different humidor. Getting rid of these tables, right? They've served their purpose. They did well while they were here, but it's definitely time to move on. So a week and a half, you guys are going to get another upload. I'll have these aisles completed. They're almost done. Same thing with that back wall. I kind of just need to slap it up. But I kind of wanted to have everything done at like once, and then just do like a final walkthrough, you know, like a real proper humidor tour with like that bundle back wall, and then this, like the two aisles that kind of push together and make one giant aisle. Kind of cool. Like I'm really excited for that. So, but yeah, tariffs, mid, humidor, not mid. Gonna be great. So excited for that. And then hopefully, I mean, chances are you've already, if you're a real aficionado, you've tried all those cigars I've listed. But, you know, maybe there's a couple outliers that you didn't get to try yet. Definitely try those, right? Padrones, there's no one that should be smoking cigars that's never smoked a Padrone. That's like blasphemy. Same thing with like Liga Privada, right? You got to smoke some Ligas. Foundation stuff, get it. Julius Caesar, get it. All that good stuff. But yeah, like I said, you know, less than 20 minutes on this video. Just kind of wanted to chat, say hey. Sorry for not posting a lot. Got my wind taken out of me from that last strike on my channel. That really pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie. That was really frustrating. But hey man, it's the game we play. It's YouTube. All social media is pretty mid. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. I've actually got to finish packing up a little gift box for Uriel, probably the biggest supporter of this channel. Really appreciate you, Uriel, if you're watching this, man. You've been super supportive, so I'm stoked to send you some really good smokes. Hopefully you like them, man. That new Pledge of Allegiance is going to be in there. That's pretty sick. This is always a good cigar every year. So yeah, I'll be sending you one of these for sure. I've got some other things kind of packed away, but some stuff I actually meant to send you last time, but I'm stoked to do that, man. Appreciate your support. Appreciate everyone's support. Definitely something I enjoy doing, and I'm just really excited to kind of move to that next chapter and shoot some more videos when I've got a humidor that just feels really good, you know? So, but yeah, that'll take care of us for today, man. Appreciate all you watching. Don't trip about the tariffs for now. I'll keep you updated on that if I hear absolutely anything. And yeah, try some new smokes. Hopefully some of those work out for you. And you will see me in about a week and a half. Take care. Be well. Don't watch the news too much.